Hi guys, and welcome to the talk show. It's match day and United are in town for a crucial top of the table clash. I'm Des, I'm the founder of LFC, huge Liverpool fan as you guys are. I'm joined today by my good friend Lee. Lee and I have done many broadcasts together before, and the big and interesting news about Lee is he's a United fan. So we're going to get a unique insight into United's thinking for today's game. What are you expecting to see today, Lee?
Well, it's going to be an interesting. Well, it was top two clash until the Spurs game, but we'll still call it top of the table clash, I think, Des. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It's the first time in a while where obviously we've got the rivalry. The rivalry goes back for a very long time. It's the first time where it feels like this kind of matters to both sides as far as the league goes. It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, arguably since 08-09, right? Which a long time ago, obviously, since the two of us have gone to head sort of first and second in the league. So I think a very, very crucial match, arguably a more crucial match for Liverpool. We've been under a little bit of pressure recently. We seem to have lost a little bit of form in the league. Injuries, obviously an important part of that story. At the same time, United have gone on something of a run. You're very much in form. What do you think would you be happy leaving Anfield with today in terms of a result?
I think you ask most United fans and they'd say to you, if we came away with a point and kept the gap, they'd be quite happy with that. But this feels such an opportunity to put a little bit of space between themselves. It's a weird one because I don't think many United fans would actually be able to even tell you quite how we're top of the table.
It seems to have happened.
Yeah. We've kind of snuck up on everybody. No one quite realizes where we're at. But obviously, in the last 12 months, we've put a lot of points on the board. Just had a poor start to the season this time round. But I think would I take a point now? Yeah, probably would. I think I probably would take a point now. But it is an opportunity, and hopefully we'll give it a proper go.
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, I've likened this United team to Liverpool in 2017-18, where we scored a lot of goals, looked very dynamic going forward, particularly the front three, Firmino, Mane, Mo, were absolutely singing back in 17-18. But defensively, this was before Van Dijk. We looked a little suspect. And I think many Liverpool fans would probably say that's where United's weakness is, probably at centre-back. We're going to take a look at the teams in a second. But I think from a result point of view, as a Liverpool fan and from what I'm hearing, within my Twitter feed in particular, make no doubt about it, Liverpool want to win this one. We think it's important for a number of reasons. One, to go back top, albeit on goal difference, but two, to put United back in their place. The last thing that we want to do is to see you guys get too much momentum as we sort of start the second half of the season.
We wouldn't be complaining about that. Not in the slightest.
Okay, I tell you what, Lee, why don't we look at the Liverpool team first? Because I think this will give us a really good indication of Liverpool's thinking for the game. Let me put this up on screen. And it's there. So there we go. So this may line up as a 4-3-3, which would be a typical Klopp formation. It's more likely, I think, to line up as a 4-2-3-1. And the key headlines here: Henderson, right, comes in at centre-back. So Matip didn't pass a fitness test. Hendo is in at centre-back. That's left a gap in the middle. So we see Thiago making his Anfield debut, which every Liverpool fan will be absolutely delighted to see. He'll be alongside Gini Wijnaldum and Shaqiri. So Shaqiri has been given a vote of confidence by Klopp to come in to that sort of midfield, what I think will become a quartet almost, and add some attacking impetus. Now, Klopp could have put Curtis Jones in there. He could have put James Milner in there, and indeed it was largely rumoured before the game starts that Milner would have got the spot. Klopp has actually gone for Shaqiri. Shaqiri had a great game against United. I was at the game, just a season ago. I think it was probably back in maybe September, October of 19, where he got a couple of goals in a big Liverpool game that I think might have been Mourinho's last game in charge of United. So I think attacking is how I see that lineup. I think we'll probably see Salah up front on his own, looking to score more goals, and he's done plenty of that this season to date. As for United, let me put that team up on the screen. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, it's not a huge surprise with the back five, although Lindelof does get back in. That was kind of rumoured in the past day or two that would happen. Unfortunate for Bailly, because actually he's not really done a huge amount wrong in the games he's played more recently. But Lindelof gets his place back alongside Maguire in the back four. Ollie's gone with his usual Fred and McTominay holding midfielders. Pretty much when it comes to the big games, they're the two that seem to get the shout at the moment. The big question was then going to be, what was he going to do ahead of that? Pogba, according to the media, had an absolute worldie in the last game, and how do you therefore drop him? I'm not as convinced, but I can understand why he's playing. So he's playing him then alongside Bruno Fernandes and Rashford behind Martial up front. Never quite comfortable with Rashford playing on the right. Doesn't look as much of a threat as he does when he comes from the left. Again, I'm not convinced about Martial as a number 9. I perhaps would have liked to have seen Cavani, but having seen the Liverpool lineup and the fact that you're playing Henderson and Fabinho at the back, I can understand let's play the pace because I think that's what's likely to scare you guys the most. And we'll see if Pogba can carry on his form. We've certainly got plenty of goals in us, that's for sure. So we'll see how it plays out. Strong bench for United as well, which is always a good sign. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at the United team, I'm sort of really happy to see Lindelof back at centre back, and I think we will go on and discuss Lindelof and Maguire. I think he tends to drag the fullbacks in, which will give the likes of Mane and Salah some width opportunities to get wide and beyond them. Cavani is an interesting one. Martial, interestingly, must have passed a fitness test as well because he was injured in United's last game. He pulled
up towards the end. I don't think it was anything too serious. Really? He was just kind of running through it, and he sort of pulled out the shot. You could see it and kind of just sort of scuffed it towards the end of the game, which would have just kind of seen it out. But obviously, it wasn't anything too serious. Luckily for us. So yeah, but again, I just am not convinced about him, Des. I obviously scored a lot of goals last season, but it was a far more fluid attacking force last year, and they did just went on a goal spree towards the end of it. Cavani he's just capable of leading the line. I mean, he's just class. I know when we signed him, there was a lot of questions about, well, you're signing a player on a freebie with his age and all that kind of thing, but actually. Yeah, he is a proper class player, and I think he's a good player to have around the squad. And I think he probably, if it hadn't been for the unfortunate social media slip up, would have been involved in a lot more games over the Christmas period. That's for sure.
Well, it's an interesting one. I mean, particularly with Liverpool lining up with a very inexperienced in length terms centre back pairing. Hendo goes back there. Obviously, he's played once or twice in the position, and he's been okay as opposed to spectacular. You wouldn't expect him to be spectacular at centre back. Fabinho, has played it pretty much since Verge got injured towards the start of the season and has done very, very well. But neither is blessed with great pace. And, maybe that's one of the reasons why Martial is in there. But if I look at the, the United lineup, the two players that worry me are Fernandes, obviously, because he's smart. He's made a world of difference to the United team. Rashford also worries me, albeit he dips in and out of form. When he's on form, he's dangerous. He can really punish you. And I'd be somewhat surprised to see him line up on the United right against Andy Robertson. I'd be, I'd be surprised if he didn't, in fact, end up coming over onto the United left to take Trent on. Trent hasn't been in the best of form this season. There's a little bit of burnout occurring there, perhaps. He certainly hasn't been as forward or is able to get forward and influence the game as he has done in previous seasons. And Trent, he is an aggressive sort of forward-facing fullback. Defending isn't his greatest skill set, so I'd be slightly concerned to see Trent up against Rashford in the game. So I'd be quite happy to see Rashi on the right. I think Robbo could do a job in him. I've got no doubt.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I could take a couple of your players into a United team, I think I'd have your fullbacks. They probably would be top of the list, actually, when you're looking at the two teams together. I think Alexander-Arnold and coming from a United fan, the two of them are epic.
They've been absolutely superb.
Yeah, really,
absolutely
really
superb.
to say the least. I think what we'll find with it, Des, is obviously with Henderson and Fabinho at the back, you've got, yes, I guess Thiago and Wijnaldum, the four of them there actually should hold the ball quite well. I think when you're in possession, it will be quite difficult to get the ball off you guys. So it is very much going to be a case of, I think, we probably are going to be looking to hit you on the break with pace. And that's when hopefully we'll be able to get between the lines there and cause some problems against Henderson and Fabinho. But we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. My concern is for United is you mentioned Fernandes and where Rashford will play. And what I always feel Pogba, when he starts moving about the pitch, tends to get in Fernandez's way quite a lot. They can be quite similar players trying to pick the ball up in the last third, looking to find that killer pass. They both want to do it. It's great because it's competition in the gate. You want them both, driving on to find those killer balls forward. But I do worry at times that sometimes they take up similar positions when Pogba comes in. If he's supposed to be playing on the left and then is then coming in to the more central position. So it'll be interesting to see how that does work. But obviously we've seen the best of Pogba playing for previous clubs and for France when he is that attacking left-sided player.
Absolutely.
He's got the ability to hold the ball up, turn a player, and has got that injection of pace when he needs to, and the ability to dribble past players. That's what you want him there, and that's what you want him doing. Not sat on the halfway line trying to conduct the game. That's not really what we want Pogba to be doing.
We don't have those same concerns with Liverpool. I think, I've always likened our midfield to be in an engine room. So typically that would have been Henderson, Fabinho, and Wijnaldum. You might have had Milner in there last season as well. But, ultimately the role of the guys was to win the ball, retain the ball, and get it forward to one of the front three where the magic generally happened. Now, unfortunately, when you run out of a little bit of form in the front three, that engine room didn't necessarily have the creativity to, add a plan B, as it were. And I think this is where Thiago makes a huge difference to our team. And we've got to bear in mind that although we bought Thiago in the summer window, he's played very, very little for us due to injury. This is his
I was quite surprised. Today, right? I was quite surprised when you said in the intro that this is his Anfield debut. Really?
Yeah. He's played away games. I think he played half a game. He made his debut away to Chelsea. He came in as a sub in the cup game at Aston Villa against the Villa Kids, and Villa Kids, right? We're not going to say too much about that particular game, but what I will say is that he's a machine for forward passes. He's a machine for wanting the ball. He's incredibly creative. His pass to, I think it was Mo Salah for our final goal against Villa, was a look-away pass. It was so well disguised that I don't think anyone saw what he was about to do. So I think he, for me, is the big variable in play today. I think, it should be a big thing for him to play at Anfield. It should be a big thing to play a top-of-the-table clash against United. So no more motivation is required. But he is the very player who is able to patiently thread a ball through that will get one of those front three in. And that, I think, is going to be the difference between Liverpool and United today. So, Lee, prediction. What scoreline do you see?
There's not. I don't think it's going to be a load of goals. I mean, maybe it could end up maybe 1-1. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it could be a 1-1. Somebody might nick it 2-1, maybe, and I'm not sure which side, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it feels like there's maybe 2 or 3 goals in the game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Liverpool. I'll go 3-1
wow,
Liverpool.
Confident.
Well, listen, I'm confident of the win. But, there's an element of a toss of a coin in there, right? If the things happen that I assume will happen in terms of Liverpool having the lion's share of possession, Thiago being influential in the middle of the park, and, Mane or Salah taking just some of the chances that I hope will come their way, then, I feel reasonably comfortable. I'm almost... And I say this respectfully, I'm almost preferring to play a United team that, are eminently capable than I am playing a West Brom who are going to stick 47 men behind the ball. It's very, very hard to break those teams down. But I think in your attacking, your counter-attacking style will give us opportunities to counter attack you. So I think it should be an interesting game. I think there'll be...
I would say this in the past few seasons, it's not... Okay, there've been the odd game, but actually... they've actually been fairly close games. There's not been massive
Yeah.
amounts between the sides. It's been marginal decisions or just a little bit of class more often than not from Liverpool in recent years. But it's not been a huge amount between the teams. So it'll be interesting to see whether United can actually step up and continue the form that they've been showing. It'll be interesting
Yeah,
to see.
I think it's reasonable to assume this is a big test for United, but it is an important test. So past this one, and maybe a draw, a good strong draw is a pass, right? But past this one, and I think your own fans will stop from sort of suggesting that it's novel being top of the league, but we're not really. I mean, I don't get a huge amount of confidence in the United faithful that you really are in the running for this thing. And I think that's very much not just about Liverpool. We've been in poor form recently, but I think City are coming back like a bit of a train. Spurs are beginning to pick up points again. So there's a lot of competition there. And I just suspect that actually if United finish in the top four, be that second or fourth, probably not a bad season. You're going to add to the defensive personnel, I would have thought, in summer again. So you're going forward. But win or get a strong draw today. And I think that, there may be a greater deal of confidence amongst the United supporters in terms of what the season might bring.
Yeah, I think you'd get most United fans now, if you could guarantee them a top four, probably it would be a lock in, and you'd say, fine, we'll move on, and progress on quite nicely. As with all of these things, though, it's when the opportunity is there, you go, well, you wouldn't want to turn that down. So we'll be hopefully we give it a go. I certainly don't think it'll be heavily one-sided. The game today, that's for sure.
No, well, let's see as we go. So Sky just putting the teams up now. They've got Liverpool in a 4-2-3-1, so we'll see if that's the way they actually end up playing. Yeah, United 4-2-3-1. That would be as expected. They are showing, interesting, they're showing Rashford on the United left, so going up against Trent, which I thought might be the case. But again, we will see. Talk to me about Bailly. He has been having a good season for you. Why do you think has he been dropped today?
I'm really not quite sure what the logic is behind it. To be perfectly honest, it's a strange one, because he does have that little bit of pace to give us a little bit of defensive cover, which is the one thing that we do miss with Maguire. But for whatever reason, it's been felt that actually Lindelof in the side will be better up against this Liverpool team. Lindelof does read the game a little bit better, I would say. And I guess with the way Liverpool tend to attack, being able to kind of smell the danger is not a bad thing. But disappointed for Bailly, because he's not really done anything wrong in the last few games he's been involved with. So we will see. I see a nice tribute there to Jerry Marsden.
Yeah, he's on the cover of the program, and it's nice to see him getting a round of applause. Of course, Jerry, famous for getting the number one hit with "You'll Never Walk Alone" back in the '60s, which is an anthem of many football clubs, but I think it's most associated with Liverpool, of course.
And you'll be very pleased to know that we're not playing in that ghastly yellow and black.
Hold on, is this the grey kit that you played against Southampton when you lost 6-3?
This is the camouflage kit. Yes, this is the one.
I'm sure this is going back about 10 years ago.
I was nearly going to wear that shirt for today's game. I thought, because I'll just come in turn up in disguise. But
there's Shaq. He's looking ready to go. So, Ali, I'm going to call out, and if anybody's watching along with us, guys, I'll call out when the game starts. You can pause your telly up to the point. Oh, sugar. It's just stopped. Oh no. Let's see if we can get that back up quickly.
Players are just taking a knee now, so
that's timely. I'm on my knees as well, Lee.
Shall I call it?
Well, so it's coming back up now, and here we go. I'm good to go. There's the kickoff. So we're away. United playing towards the Kop in grey. Liverpool will play into the Annie Road end.
So early lineup there is certainly Pogba playing on the right for United, as Sky had it lined up. But interestingly, also looking at that, it looks like Rashford's playing through the middle at the moment with Martial out on the left. Obviously, those two players are very similar, so they're likely to switch around during the game.
Yeah, very, very early days, of course. So United with a little bit of pressure here on the near side. I'll go for another throw. You've got us pinned in, Lee. Pinned in. We're pinned in. Pinned in.
With a minute gone, yeah. It's yeah. I'm just going to try and make sure that we've got our two feeds synced, because I think I might be a few seconds ahead of you because of your delayed go. So
okay, so Mo's on the ball now. He's just kicked it forward.
Yeah.
You got Bobby there on the far side, holding possession. Oh, here we go. Jack loses it.
Yeah, certainly going to run the channels, that's for sure.
Well, I'd like to think so, because we think the opportunity is with Lindelof and Maguire playing, because there isn't tremendous pace really in either of them. The fullbacks tend to pull in. You tend to pull in to cover to support them, and I just think that gives us an opportunity for width. Now we'll see how it plays out, right? But that could be an opportunity for us. In possession now on the far side. Oh, Thiago's he's a beautiful player. That's a free. Oh no, Manny's still in possession. Go on, Shaq. Here comes the ball. Oh, he's gone near post. Side netting. That was a bit dangerous. That was a hell of a turn by Shaq there. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, Robinson's not going to, I mean, it's really, he had to be pulling that back across the goal, didn't he? I'm still getting used to this whole, players then, it's the players playing it out from the goalkeeper is still a bizarre thing. I think Liverpool do it quite well, but
I'll tell you what, it's
still have this kind of,
do you remember 20 or 30 years ago, it's like when the goalie could pick the ball up? Do you remember that? It's
like, back in the day. Yes,
it was a competition to see who could kick it 80 yards, 80 meters up the pitch. There was no playing short back in those days. Although Liverpool did a bit of it, to be fair. But it's extreme now, right?
Yeah, it's
and of course
seems to be just absolutely. There's very few clubs that don't do it, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, and as an attacker, you can be in the penalty box now when the goalie takes his kick. So it just looks horribly risky. Anyway, Robbo back in possession, well tackled by Bissaka. Shaqiri's on it again. I'll tell you what, he's looking hot, the little guy. It's all targeting one Bissaka at the moment. Here comes Thiago. Goes wide. It's coming in, Lee. It's coming in. Trent didn't get it in. Have you been following the story about Jenny Wijnaldum's contract?
Yeah. Well, my latest is that he's not going to sign. I understand.
Yeah, that's what we
really wants to play for Barcelona, which is, I suppose, at his age in his career, that's perfectly understandable, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll go with the thanks of Liverpool fans, if that becomes confirmed, albeit Barcelona going through a period of extreme change. It might not be the best time to go there. But I, understand why he might want to add, Spanish giants in what is probably his last contract. I get it.
Well, I guess that's the thing. You've got to get to a point where you go, so with Liverpool, he's won Champions League, he's won the league. Yes, he can win more of those, but at his age of his career, what's he, 30 now?
Yeah, he's in that ballpark, 30, 31.
Yeah, so I guess it's a case of if there's a club that he's always wanted to play for or whatever that might be, well, yeah, he's probably not going to get that chance again. And it's a case of, do you want to be playing to win more medals, or is it wanting other experiences? And that depends what motivates you, doesn't it?
Listen, Lee, a bit of good news. David Collins, David, hi, if you're out there, says, at last a professional duo doing game streams. And then he goes on to say, hold at nil all. So I'm thinking maybe he's pulling the piss out of us, but I'm sure he isn't. So thank you, David, for the compliment. This is new for ChantLFC. So we haven't done this before. Quite like the thought of doing it, but we don't want to do it in a sensationalist way. We want to do it in a sensible.
Do me a favor and give me a 6-minute call out, will you? Because I want to make sure that because I think
56,
I think I would...
57, 58, 59, 6 minutes.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Because I had this feeling I was a few seconds ahead of you. And last thing I would want to do is witness a
Liverpool
goal
before
witness
I
a
do.
goal for you, or you see me walk off the stream like going, right, enough of this nonsense.
Absolutely.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, so it's been a bit kind of, we first couple of minutes we kind of had you box into a couple of corners, but you've had a few opportunities so far. To get the ball in the box.
It's what I would say busy. It's busy at the moment. I mean, the tackles have been, the tackles that I've seen come in have been fairly strong. I don't think anybody's really settled, but I do think we've created a bit of space on both the right and the left. So that gives me some degree of confidence. So with Fab now, just gets it back to Jenny, back to Fab, and we go wide to Hendo.
That's what you've got the ability to do with those four. I tell you what,
Shaw misread that, and the ball went over him. And Salah, I thought for a minute there, if he could have, gotten control of the ball, we were in. So Mr. Collins is saying it's 18-1 under half a goal, too much value. So he's calling for the scoreless draw.
On the 0-0. Yeah, well...
can't see it, Mr. Collins, sir.
I just don't feel with the two defences that can be... Well, maybe it's with these two defences, with these two attacking lineups, you kind of think a 0-0 would be but then again, what's 18-1? Wow.
But he's saying 18-1. It's just, you can't...
what's a 0-0 normally? What's 0-0 normally? About 7-1, isn't it? Something like that, I think, normally. In a normal, most games, that would be kind of a standard 7-1, 8-1, something like that, I think.
Well, this will be, an Anfield derby, effectively Northwest derby, scoreless, unlikely. I think that's where the odds have come from.
There was a little bit there, I'm sure there's a little bit of afters there, or...
Thiago's got it again.
That's what I like about McTominay. He's got some fight in him. He properly. Sometimes you can see players and they're just it doesn't look like they necessarily care as much with the shirt or whatever. But McTominay's got that bit of bite and a bit of fight about him.
He scored a couple of goals recently as well, hasn't he? Shown a slightly different.
Yeah, well, he scored the very early ones against Leeds. A couple of great finishes. I think the fastest ever to 2 goals in the Premier League. I think it's a great ball down the channel. Oh,
I tell you what, it scares me slightly. I see Hendo's playing on the left-hand side of the centre-back pairing. I mean,
I still can't work these assistant referees out, Des. It's like sometimes the flag goes up instantly when an attack is on, and other times they seem to let the play goes for ages, and you think, well, how? And how obvious has it got to be? I don't understand it, because that one there didn't. It was very close to the assistant referee. So you think, well, he's got to be pretty certain to be putting the flag up there, because otherwise you're stopping an attacking opportunity, which may or may not result in something. Who knows? VARs
and rule changes and all of that stuff. It's forgotten the people that actually watch the game. It's so hard to celebrate a goal now. As we clear this one out through Hendo, and he goes long, he's gonna get. He's just gone too far.
It's too far. Mane was just. I think Mane was looking for the ball over the top, straight down the middle, and then had to curve his run back round, didn't he, to try and do it? Yeah. Fernandez on screen there. Now Fernandez is another player that I like. He's got a bit of bite. He's got a bit of the skulls about him, in that he, okay, maybe he can go across the line every once in a while, but I don't mind that in a player, because it's someone that cares about it.
I think if United didn't get Fernandez, I don't think they're anywhere near where they are at the moment, in terms of the league and progressing generally. I think he's been that influential to you. Because
what's interesting actually, he's been as influential to us as probably Virgil picking up the injury for you guys. In the reverse, really, in that that type of player that just is that critical to the team.
Yeah. I mean, Virgil has had a huge impact for us. But in saying that, if you'd asked many Reds fans when Virgil got injured, would we be on top at Christmas, or win here today puts us back on top? I think maybe there wouldn't have been as much confidence. So I think we've managed to struggle on without Virg quite well. I can't wait for him to come back. And there is some footage circulating of Virg doing some ball work. So, well, I guess we might see him towards the end of the season. He's not close to coming back, but it's such good news just to see the big man playing with a ball and beginning to really work on his core fitness.
Great feet there from Thiago. Great feet.
He's a phenomenal player.
That was exceptional. Although I must admit, I thought Alexander Arnold was offside from the ball through in the first place, but the liner didn't flag it, and then that's just super stuff, isn't it?
I think he's the man. I mean, he is the man. I am so excited with absolutely everything that I've seen about him. Even playing for us, and hey, it has nothing's come off in a big way yet, but he gives us a plan B, I feel, and that's so important when there's just a little bit of a struggle for form. And of course, we're really missing Jota as well.
I remember you saying that when you signed him, about giving you that plan B option when you're on those games where it isn't quite working.
He's massively direct, given that what I said at the start of the stream with our midfield traditionally being an engine room, is not necessarily about creativity. It's very much about industry. Ensuring we win the ball, retain the ball, get it forward to the front three, they do their thing, or get it out wide to the fullbacks, they get the crosses in, we do our thing that way. That's typically how Liverpool play. So when you begin to suffer a little loss in form, either out wide or in the fullback positions, then your engine room doesn't have the creativity to do what you need to do. Thiago is all about getting the ball forward. I mean, his passing stats, accuracy, forward are huge. And he's not typically the guy who provides the assist. He's typically the guy who provides the assist to the assist.
Exactly.
He was something that we didn't have. And, I can already see his influence on the team. So it'll take him a little while to bed in. He hasn't played very many games, but I think today's a great opportunity for him to show a little bit of that Spanish flair that we've been badly missing.
All getting a bit feisty there between Wijnaldum and Pogba.
Yeah, we're badly missing those 2,000 supporters that we'd had, before Christmas, before COVID ramped up further.
One of the few clubs that got anyone in.
I know, and it was fantastically. Really? I have to say, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I was at this corresponding fixture last season. Oh, hello. Go on, Robbo. Oof. Got behind that. And it sails over the bar.
We've seen United. We conceded quite a few goals this season where it's been fullbacks overlapping and firing it into the far corner.
This is it. I mean, this is
happened in Europe a number of times. We went through this phase where we must have conceded 3 or 4 in the space of a few weeks, and it was just literally identical goals. And you're thinking, how are we not picking this up? That's my concern with our fullbacks.
Well, this is the
thing with Wan-Bissaka one-on-one. Wan-Bissaka one-on-one is superb. One of the best in the league. Really, really is. But at his positional play is not great.
Yeah.
And certainly going forward, he's not brilliant. Shaw has just never really, spent a lot of money on him as a youngster from Southampton, and just never really kind of got that level of consistency and run of games where you go, wow. And bear in mind, before his double break, he was pretty. You'd have thought he was a shoo-in for England left back for the next decade, wouldn't you? Yeah. And it just hasn't happened.
But he's played reasonably well this season, Lee. I mean, who's that youngster you did have a left back last season?
Brandon
Williams, right. He looked like a talented player, but Shaw seems to have pushed him back? Is Williams still in the squad, or has he been loaned out, or what? I just really
Yeah,
haven't
he's in the
seen
squad,
much
but there's
of
been
him.
rumors. There's been rumors the past few weeks that that we will loan him out at some point. Interestingly, we've just got rid of Timothy Fosu-Mensah. He's
Yeah, I saw
gone.
that.
Yeah, he's finally gone. I mean, at the age of 23, kind of never really broken in. So I guess Williams actually can play left or
There
right
we
back.
go.
So
Salah in the penalty box. He's just lost possession of the ball.
yeah. Yeah,
But,
so Williams has got kind of good cover for both left and right back. So I guess it's a case of he possibly might not go out on loan now.
Yeah, he'd benefit from it,
be an
though.
option.
You know, he'll
Yes,
come
he
back
probably would.
tougher
Yeah.
and more experienced. You know, a season in the Championship, I think would not be a bad thing for him. But, you know, what we tend to like, and I've mentioned it a couple of times, is that when you have Lindelof and Maguire there, oh, that's a fantastic ball. Mane, here we go. Oh, Bobby screws it wide.
Firmino just, very, very much screws it wide, didn't he? It just didn't look. It kind of got the ball got underneath him, didn't he? And just and couldn't quite connect with it properly.
Great bit of play, great vision from Shaq. He got Mane through. Mane turned, created the space. Bobby, you know, he hits it from the 18-yard line. He doesn't get any purchase on it, and it screws wide. But creative, you know, a little bit different. We haven't typically seen that type of move from Liverpool of late. So nice to see.
That's a couple of times now. You've managed to thread the ball through to a forward player with their back to the United back four.
United are playing this dangerously in there around their back four here. You know, they've done well to work it out, I have to say, but it looks a bit dangerous.
Here we go.
It's well shepherded.
Great strength.
That's got to be a free, right?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Of course it wasn't again, but borderline, not borderline the free kick, but actually it wasn't that far away from getting his body in front of the defender, and then that would have been a real issue. Nice little move, actually.
Yeah, he's calling for it. The ball didn't come in soon.
Yeah, knew where he wants it, and actually probably just a little bit too much on it.
I tell you, Robbo did well there not to dive in on him, because you know, Robbo's given away 1 or 2 pens this season where he's been a little unlucky, but he's connected, you know, and you connect these days, and you're putting yourself in the lap of the gods. I think he did well there to be patient and just shepherd Rashford away from the danger area.
Oh, nice from McTominay there. He seems to always have time on the ball, very calm in what he does.
Offside.
Martial given offside there.
We've been joined by a well-known Man City fan. Asa McGrath is in the room and says, "Afternoon, boys. Afternoon to you, Asa." And of course, Asa has got to be happy, because if City win their game after this one, they're pretty much, you know, win the game in hand, they go top.
This is very much an open season here. Leicester picked up 3 more points yesterday. Tottenham have obviously won today. I mean, there's just nothing. There's nothing between the top 6 or 7 teams, I'd say, really, at the moment.
Well, it's very tight. Of course, the other thing that we should bear in mind is that although we're in the middle of January, we haven't reached the halfway point in the season yet.
No, we're not even there yet.
You know, there's a long way to go. And
I mean, am I allowed to even mention, that Everton are still kind of loitering there?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Quietly going about their business.
No issues with that. I think the question will be, who'll be able to string that big run of wins together when we get into the second half of the season and the weather starts to pick up a bit. I think that'll be the question. And you just have to fancy. Well, I fancy Liverpool, as you'd expect. I think there's a lot more to come from Liverpool than we've seen over the last few weeks, I have to say. Here we come again. Mo in the box. You allow him to face you. Oof.
You'll dive.
No. Mo doesn't dive. Come on.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Right, Liverpool back in a dangerous spot here. The ball comes out to Jenny Wijnaldum.
I don't like this, though. I don't like this sort of thing where we're allowing Liverpool time on the ball in the final third, and they're just picking these little through balls through.
Yeah,
and eventually
I have to say,
they'll get numbers in a spot, and that'll be give it a real good chance.
It's worth mentioning this, and I know you go to games, Lee, so I know you know this, and I've been to many games at Anfield, seen Liverpool away a lot. The game's played at a pace that isn't evident on TV. Right, it is played really, really super quick. So I don't know how much choice you're getting over it. I think we're stretching you quite nicely. Yeah. Mane's got it here on the near side. Back to Robbo. And he turns inside. Interesting. Where's he going? He's found Shaq. It's going to have a crack. That'll be a corner.
Oh, deflected. Yeah.
So Asa is saying the last 2 home games versus Palace, we've managed 1 point. Yeah, Palace is a bit of a dodgy team for City. Oh, hello. Liverpool are
quick.
in here on
That
the
was quick.
far side.
Up for another corner. What's Fernandez having a go at? He's not happy about something.
He was alive to it there. He's probably unhappy with his teammates.
Yeah, but I mean, again, what I like about Fernandez is he's not got a problem in having, calling out his teammates and saying, "Oh, come on, you need to be."
You need that in a team, right?
Game here. Of course you do.
That's the single greatest thing that Hendo's done for us over the last few years. He's really become a leader on the pitch, and and off the pitch. But you just need that leader on the pitch.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, we're just over 20 minutes since the ball swung in again, and this is playing out pretty much as we thought it would, where Liverpool would have all the possession. What was that?
I tell you what, we're back in it here. It's when we get you on the counter attack. That's what I was mentioning. Mane gets it through. Bobby, come on, Bobby! It's over.
The volley.
That's the counter that I was talking about late.
Yeah,
he just lost possession, and that suddenly gives us space.
But again, I mean, Mane's right on the line there, Mane, for being offside. Played it very, very well. No, but I don't think he was, to be honest. I don't think he was. But again, this is the problem where you've got, and I was praising Lindelof with his positional play and reading of the game, but actually they don't seem aware of the movement of the Liverpool front players at the moment. They're letting them get behind them. And if we don't sort this out and actually just, start becoming a little bit more, and if that means having to drop off a little bit, then we need to do that, because that's too many balls over the top now where your guys have been getting in.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments on Twitter on the Liverpool feed. A lot of love for Thiago's play, positive signs. We're dominating, and here we come again. Robbo out wide, gets the ball in. Mane gets a touch.
Yeah, that.
It's going to come out to Trent. Come on, Trent.
This is pressure.
Come on, Shaq.
Blocking well though. We are getting in front of the ball. But again, it's just you're hanging on to the possession. I mean, the possession stats must be up somewhere now near 75% to 25%, I would imagine. Can't be far off that.
Let's see if we can put the stats up just to give us a sense of where we are.
It can't be far off that at the moment.
Yeah, it's
nearly 25 minutes in now.
Pretty darn closely. We're currently at 70% possession for Liverpool, 6 shots, none for United, none on target though, and that's a very important statistic.
But isn't that the story? But that's been the story of your season this year.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah, you've had a lot of shots, but actually not been as clinical perhaps as you have been in the past couple of seasons.
I tell you what, I see a degree of cut through. Although we haven't created too many outstanding chances here, clearly, I just get a sense that we're a little more dangerous cutting through the middle. So we go wide as Liverpool tend to do, but we've had very little through the middle recently. Whereas you just get a sense that we could break you through the middle. We just need that one chance. I mean, look, I'll take 1-0. I'd snap your hand off for 1-0 at the moment.
That's another ball. It's just a looped ball in again, and actually we've let off. We're not winning the first ball, and actually we're allowing you to win the ball and lay it off to one of your midfielders coming through. Yeah. It's too often.
I have to say, Trent's balls from the right have been a bit woeful. I think you can do a lot better. They're not really coming in with pace and precision, which is typical Trent. Just bang them in there, son. Just bang them in there.
Yeah. The thing is, that last one was from Henderson, and it's just a case of course, because your fullbacks are going to bomb forward, but you've got Henderson and Fabinho at the back there. If we're not pressing you, then all we're doing is allowing 2 quality midfield players to basically pick their pass. I think we've got to try and put a little bit more pressure on your back line when you.
Here we go.
Oh dear!
Come on, Sadio. In it comes. Shot, Jenny.
Poor clearance. Poor clearance.
Come on, lads. It's going to go out to Shaq has a go, and it's over the top from Mr. Shaqiri, the Swiss maestro. But again, it's a little bit dangerous the way United are playing out of defence there, Lee. Bit of a loose ball.
It's very, very loose. We don't seem. I mean, I don't want to be too critical, because I think that Liverpool have come out to really apply pressure here. So we're 25 minutes in, it's 0-0, and it's, as you say, you've not really had a shot on target. But we do seem to be making life hard work for ourselves here a little bit at the moment. But we will have a chance in the game at some point. That's for sure.
Without question. Yeah. Without question.
We just need to try and settle into this a little bit, absorb this pressure. And we're not giving away many opportunities. Yes, you've had the ball in a couple of times, but not really. Again, though, you're closing down, and your pressing is much, much better than ours at the moment.
Yeah, my worry is that we get to half-time, we haven't scored. That Boys United at half-time, and of course we maybe begin to tire 70, 75 minutes. We begin to tire. It's harder to keep this level of pressing up. But you're quite right in saying we haven't had a clear-cut chance, but we have created chances, and we've created different types of chances.
But from both sides, you've got the ball wide and had opportunities to get the ball in there. It just hasn't really materialised in a clear-cut opportunity yet. That's more like it from Fred.
Shaqiri lost it cheaply there.
Oh, that was nearly through.
You're not getting through there.
No, that's a very decent defender. Maguire coming forward, but Maguire's got ability to do that, but I don't think when he makes those moves forward, I don't ever think he's necessarily got a plan in mind. It's just a case of he sees space and goes into it. Yeah. So
does he inspire you as a United captain?
Yeah, no, I think it was good choices as skip. Unfortunate with what went on during the summer, and I think that possibly affected him earlier on in the season. But he seems to have kind of settled down with it all now, and speaks very well. Not got an issue with it at all. And I think the trouble is when any player comes in with a price tag and it doesn't necessarily work out as well, because at the end of the day, we paid more for him than you paid for Van Dijk. So surely the rest's going to give the foul there, isn't he? Yeah, he has. Yeah. So obviously we paid more than you did for Virgil. So it's an easy comparison then, isn't it? And go, well, Liverpool got this for their money and United have paid this, and it's not quite worked out. But yeah, Maguire's a quality player, and would fit into many top sides. So not got an issue whatsoever, and I'm much happier with him as captain.
And De Gea has regained his form this season, hasn't he? He's made some fine saves.
Yeah, stepped up. I actually think Henderson coming back from Sheffield United has put a little bit of pressure on, because there never really was any competition for that number 1 jersey, and Henderson's made it clear that it's what he aims to want to do. As we whip a great ball in there, gone right through.
You get it out, boys. Puts it skyward. It'll have ice in it when it comes down.
Hacked clear, yeah. But
here we go. Here's the counter.
And it's
Come on, Mo. What are you doing over there, lad? I tell you what, he does it in a very quiet sort of way. Mo's top of the goal scorers charts. It's phenomenal.
That's quite impressive.
It is, isn't it? Because we haven't been at our best, and one would argue that the top 3 haven't been at their best, but he's top of the goal scoring charts. I tell you, I have to say, Lee, if we click this switch, that we know is clickable, we absolutely know it's clickable, I think Liverpool will move away from the pack in the second half of the season. But we've got to click it, right? We've got to do something. We're not completely doing enough at the moment.
And the reality is, if you asked any fan start the season, they'd say, "Well, it's Liverpool's to lose, really." Although I still think City. I think City have got the ability to put a run together as well.
Well, they're doing it. Like they're like 8. I mean, if Ace is still there, he'd know it's 7 or 8 wins in a row. I think City are doing it, but I think you need to remember that City. They tend to lose more games than Liverpool. So Liverpool have not had a great season to date, arguably, but we've lost twice.
Oh, all of this. I don't like this. I don't like. Oh,
take that.
This is
will
what I
take
mean
that.
about McTominay. He's just seriously, he has got some sort of ability just to find out the extra bit of time and know where he's got the
Here we
space
go.
and doesn't ever feel bothered. But again, it's just straight back to you, and we shouldn't be letting you get the
Charge
ball
Jenny and Robbo doesn't have the
out
engine. He
there.
says, "No, I'm not going up there. I can't get back."
So we've managed to stifle that one out. And again, we're now on the counter again.
Go on, Fabinho. Oh,
Is he
come
gonna
on,
give
ref.
that? He has. Yeah, there
Barely
wasn't a huge
touched him.
amount in that, was there, really?
Really? Oh, I want to see a replay on that.
I don't think there was a huge. It just looked like a coming together. Let's have a look.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
that's a bit. That's,
it's
it's a contact sport.
Yeah, but he's put his arm in there, and then he has given a little tug back on his shoulder as well.
I'll tell you,
in the middle of the
park,
they're getting given that sort of, that's fairly standard.
It'll be a cheap one if anything comes of it, but let's not aim for that. Balls are going to come in now. Liverpool holding a high line. Oh, holy Christ! And out for the corner. Was that an offside?
The handball? I think he's given the handball.
Okay, we'll take that.
Yeah,
Issa just comes back,
out.
Lee. Yup, the impressive thing with City, I've seen
Actually, he's given
the
the
combination.
offside, yeah.
Has he? Ederson, Diaz and Stones haven't conceded Premier League goal yet. Interesting. Stones seems to be back in form, a good thing for England ahead of the Euros, I dare say, assuming that he lands a first 11 place, which I suspect he probably will.
Actually, if it hadn't have given for that thing, which I think was offside, I think it certainly bounced up and hit his arm as well, below the whatever the armpit ruling is now. So I think it would have been it was one of the other was going for it. And to be fair, I'm not sure I'm overly bothered with Maguire coming in on the back post. It's a massive it's a good little run. Oh, has he clipped him there? He's clipped him. Yes, he has. Just as he was going to shoot, he's clipped his ankle. He's going to get booked for it. Dirty Shakira.
Hold on, he's not the singer.
No, you're right. Yeah. To be honest, it's not. He's just running with him, isn't he? But he has.
Did he clip him?
Or has he kicked him? Or has he kicked his own foot there? Actually,
I don't think he's clipped him.
It doesn't seem over. Shaqiri doesn't seem overly upset by it, so I'm guessing he must have done. I mean, you tend to find with players, don't you? They're fairly much. If he genuinely was like, "I've not touched him," he'd have had a bit more of to say about it. But he seems to have taken it.
A bit worried about this. Looks like what? Fernandes is going to have a crack?
Well, it's Fernandes and Fred lining up, which is interesting because normally Rashford would be in the picture at this sort of distance, and Pogba would be interested in it as well. But it looks like it's the two of them, which gives an option, a left foot or a right foot option. But you'd kind of assume it's going to be Fernandes that's going to try and ping this over the wall.
Oh!
Oh!
I thought that was in. I thought it was in, Lee.
Well, Alisson's reaction suggests that was mightily close.
I'll tell you what, fair play to Alisson. I mean, he might not have got it, but he got across there very quickly.
I actually think he might have. I think if that was on target, I think Alisson might have got to that. He didn't. I mean, it's happening so quick. It's difficult to say, but it didn't look.
He's superhuman. Oh, hello, we're in here.
Oh, straight through.
Go on, Mo.
Here we go again.
Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Skin him. Yes. Oh,
it's a shot on target, Des.
Oh shit!
That very, very limp shot on target, but it's a shot on target.
I just didn't catch
again. One pass. I mean, how we're letting you run behind us like that.
What a chance!
I don't think Salah did a huge amount wrong there. He just dribbled as far as he could with it and committed the defenders.
Oh, hello.
Are we through? Are we through?
No, he's
taken
completely
too far now. Surely, it's all right though. We still got it.
Game stretching. Come on, Reds! Go now! Go now!
What's he given? He's now gone back for the offside. I don't get that. You're in possession. Yeah, you're in possession.
Here we go again.
And it makes no sense to me. Makes no sense.
Come on, Sadio. Trying his luck on the right. Oof.
Great foot in.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Great foot in.
Oh, we've got it back again, though. Come on, Trent.
Oh, can't lose it there.
It's a terrible ball.
But we're just giving it straight back to you, though. Someone's got to put their foot on this and actually try and control it when we actually do nick the ball back off you.
But that's what playing the modern Liverpool is, right?
We
just fight for every ball. It's very, very high intensity.
Tough to do. Yeah, it's tough to do.
Right, get it, leg behind it, lad.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
That's got to be loose, surely.
What is that?
2 Liverpool players run into each
other.
other.
We somehow ended up with that. Oh, he's on. A bit too much on the ball through. Right
it's
idea.
Getting very stretched, Lee. 35 minutes gone. It feels like it's like the 80th minute of a cup tie. What the actual F?
Again, we're letting Salah just hold the ball up.
Where's Robbo?
Not bombing on as he normally is he? Good foot in again.
I tell you what, Shaq's had a lot of it, I have to say.
Oh, that's well played. That is well played.
Yeah, where's he going though?
Now we need some help. You can't go on your own. You've got to offload at that point. You've got to offload at that point.
Come on, lads. Keep the pace up. Right, let's see if Robbo's got his legs back.
It's a good ball.
It's a great ball. Great switch. Played Mo.
Getting into those channels.
Played Mo. Man on.
We're back in shape again. That's the thing, is when you play the switch, it's once we've got back in shape, I'm a little bit more comfortable. It's if you can play it quickly.
Here. Watch for the 6. Oh, it's gone through. Oh, so tight in there. Have you just attacked your screen there, Lee? We've been joined by an additional guest.
By an extra United fan, who's all of a sudden got interested about the football. Jess, come here. Come on. I'm never quite completely comfortable about De Gea with the with a ball at his feet. What's he giving there?
It's a red ball. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of switching by Sadio Mane. He's spent a lot of time on the right hand side in this first half. It's interesting.
Again, look at the ball. Look at the space we're giving you.
Oh, it's just it's just not happening. We pick it up though. It's Mo. It's going out to Thiago. It's over the top. It's caught by Maguire. Thiago gets it back in, and Robbo can't make up that space.
And we're away. Now there's the break on. He's off. Got to be off by a mile, isn't he?
He's not going to beat the centre back. The green centre back takes it.
Jess is really not enjoying this first half of football. Yeah.
I think like the rest of us, she's not sure about that offside.
Oh, actually, that wasn't offside, was it? Actually, it definitely wasn't offside. Looking at that.
Pretty close. I mean, Ali had it cleared anyway.
Yeah. Bear with me for 30 seconds. I will be back.
We'll work away. Right, guys, we have 30 seconds to score a goal. Let's do it. Salah, edge of the area, gets it out wide to to Sadio, rather, and picks it up, and I think we've conceded a free to Luke Shaw. Asa, loving the tension on the faces, boys. That's very real, Asa. The angst here is real. It's not the, and of course, you've got to be loving this, Asa, right? Because Liverpool and United dropping 2 points, absolutely the best result for City. So, you just sit back and enjoy this and watch a Liverpool masterclass in the second half, my friend. Oh, in saying that. He's
got to be off, though, isn't he? He's got to be off,
because I just hate the game.
Yeah, no, he's giving it again.
As it exists today.
The trouble is, you can. Okay, there are once or twice that maybe it doesn't happen, but you see it so often. You go, well, it looked fairly. That's not even close, is it?
No, but
That's not even close.
the thing
Why
is,
is the flag just not going up?
but when the play sort of goes forward like that, I'm looking in the box. I'm looking elsewhere. I'm not looking at the lino. I just can't see him from where I am. I'm looking elsewhere for the danger. I find it very frustrating.
There will come a time, and I don't think it's happened yet, but there will come a time where something like that is very obvious and play continues, and the next tackle is an unfortunate tackle, or something happens and a player gets seriously injured because of it when actually the game could have been stopped. And okay, you'll argue, well, that's the way the rules are now, and that could happen at any time. But yeah, it just doesn't feel comfortable to me. Here we go again. If we're not careful here,
I've lost my screen, so I'm just going to put that back up late.
And the it's like United in the game the other night, where you had the situation where that he was looking at 2 VAR decisions regarding potential red card for either side.
Crazy.
Just crazy. Having to call them back and look at them both.
Absolutely crazy. So Lee, I've just come back online. I'm going to do a number check with you, a time check. I'm at 41:25.
Okay, I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you. So
all right. So do you want to do a pause at 41:30, 41:40? 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
We're good. Excellent. Okay, back in the room.
Thank you.
Here we go. Is United breaking forward? That's going to be brought up for a foul. Just one of those niggly ones in the middle of the park, isn't it, really? I guess they're the ones that get totted up, and after 2 or 3, a player picks up a booking for it. No point Fred complaining about it. It'll take a couple of those before it happens.
Yeah, the ref gets.
So we've not really had any clear-cut chances here, have we? It's been both sides have kind of got through on occasions, but not anything. I guess probably Firmino's was probably the best chance.
Firmino's shot for me. I mean, how he doesn't any clean connection there, and I think minimum he's going to work the goalie hard. He was right smack in front of goal. Oh, hello.
Flag's not even gone up, so Pogba's.
Nice bit of play.
He's not really.
Back. Come on, Jimmy,
this is the problem with not having a number 9 there. Martial doesn't have the ability to, or doesn't very rarely makes these runs. Again, another ball forward from Liverpool, where you just think if you don't defend that right, or you miss you miss the flow of the flow of the ball, then actually.
Yeah, how many times do you get a ball in at that angle though? It's just like statistically, it's just so hard to get that in. I don't know why we're making those passes. Oh, Sadio takes him on. He goes direct, loses possession.
Oh, that's nicely done. Bit of space now for Rashford. But the minute he's having to turn back, you're nicely lined up now. And we're now attacking against 8 or 9 players. Rashford needs to get that ball down and go at Fabinho in that position. It's nicely played from Fernandes.
Fabinho's very agile.
Played it very well. Did it very well.
He's defensively he's very astute in that way. He's pretty hard to get round. Ole's done well.
Ole's got to be happy. He's got to be happy with the situation at the moment, I think, really. I don't think either manager is going to be disappointed with the first 45, really. It's played out as we kind of thought it would. A lot of possession for Liverpool, but neither side really seemed to have found the cutting edge against what we considered to be, not the strongest defenses in the league.
Oh, come on, fucking excuse me.
Oh, poor ball forward from Fred. Again, gives the ball back, and again, that's what I would say about United this season. We give the ball away far more than we should. And it's not a case of, we're trying to play the forward pass and it doesn't work a lot of the time. You could understand that, but we sloppily give the ball away in midfield. to opponents. It's not just against Liverpool. We do it against a lot of the sides. And that just doesn't feel like what you would expect from champions. What is that from Pogba?
Oh, here we go. Come on, Sonny. We can do dangerous things from here. What?
Really? Really?
And I think quietly, Lee, this first half has crept up on us. It's 45-22 gone.
Yeah.
We just got a minute left. So
I must admit, I was kind of wondering, well, what we're going to talk about for 45 minutes per half. But actually, we've we've got through the first half quite well, really.
Well, I think we've had a first half that has been low on high drama moments, but plenty of discussion. I think that won't be an issue in the second half. I think there's going to be a lot more drama in the second. Meanwhile, Mr. McGrath on the sideline says, winner of the first half, City and Leicester.
Yeah,
I think in particular he means City.
18-1 is not looking that bad at the moment, is
it's
it?
a ball
Really?
over the top.
Halftime whistle goes.
Really?
Yeah. To be honest, he's lucky to have had to added a minute on there. If you ask me, Des, I don't think there was a huge amount in that. Really,
well,
was there?
I'll tell you what, Lee. Let me put the stats up and let's see how we call this first half. So there we go. Liverpool have had, 66% of it. 9 shots, only 1 on target. United have had 1 shot. Passes, Liverpool have had 334 to 169. Liverpool passing with 88% accuracy. United at 73. 9 dribbles to 8. So, pretty much as expected. The play areas, 37% in the United third, 43% in the middle, so only 20% in the Liverpool third. Liverpool attacking maybe a little more up at the right-hand side. United definitely attacking more on their right-hand side. So I don't know that, we've learned anything there that maybe we hadn't anticipated happening beforehand. I think, the one thing that I would say is that it's looking increasingly more likely that one chance will decide this, and that makes me a little nervous, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether we're going to see out your 3-1 prediction at the start of the game.
It seems unlikely now.
I mean, from a United point of view, Fernandes hasn't really been in the game, picked the ball up a couple of times and has played a couple of tentative passes forward, but nothing really much. Pogba just looks out of sorts playing on the right hand side. It just doesn't work at all for him. Been very impressed with Fred and McTominay in the centre of the park. Actually, they've broken things up quite nicely, but it does feel a little bit like as the Liverpool kind of move forward and are holding on to the ball, it feels like as a United fan, you're waiting for us to make that mistake that gives you a chance.
Do you think it'll take a mistake, Lee? Have you seen anything in Liverpool's play that suggests we might find a goal?
Not really at the moment. I mean, your final ball, you've had the ball wide on a number of occasions, but just haven't really been able to get that killer ball in. What I would say is it feels like it might well not come from the forward line as such. It could well be coming from the ball being played back to a Wijnaldum or a Thiago coming in on the edge of the box and hitting, and sticking one in. Something like that feels like more appropriate. But where the defenders are so focused on your front three that they forget that you've actually got world-class players behind that are going to come in and add to the mix as well. But I've not really seen anything there. So but Firmino's chance was probably the one where I don't know whether he rushed at it or what, or just didn't kind of get his feet in the right position, but he certainly didn't get enough power behind the shot in that position. But that's been pretty much it, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and no set plays. So, very little from either side there. So listen, guys, I think we'll take a break for the halftime. We will be back just ahead of the second half starting. We'll catch up with you at that point. Okay, Lee, see you in a few minutes, my friend.
Cool.
Today's full of mixed emotions. I'm drifting back in time. I was born the year that Shankly arrived, back in 1959. Since then, life's been good to me. The glory and riches I've seen. Kings of Europe, Wembley, league titles. Now today, it's number 19. Anfield was bouncing in the 60s. I was just a kid back then. My dad used to take me every week and put me in the old boys' pen. Shankly, the cop, Mersey beat. What a time to be alive. Our first FA Cup and those incredible scenes at the homecoming in 65. My dad put me onto his shoulders. I remember the words he said. These memories last forever, son. Be proud that you're a Red. After Shanks came Paisley. What a journey, what a ride. Rome, Paris, glory, joy, with my half fella by my side. The trophies just kept on coming. League titles with 10 a penny. When Dalglish won number 18, we named our new son Kenny.
My dad was always telling me about the things he'd done, all the cups, the homecomings and the titles that we won. He said, I've got to keep the faith and that my time will come. And then at last I got a taste in 2001. The homecoming was amazing, noise, colour, sound. My dad put me on his shoulders. I didn't want to come down. He told me about 1965 and the words my granddad said. These memories last forever, son. Be proud that you're a Red.
Ever since my lad could walk, I've told him all the stories of all my great adventures and European Cup glory. Then finally in Istanbul, I grabbed him and held him tight and said, now you know how it feels, lad. At last, you know what it's like. He'd only just turned 15 back then, but life felt really sweet. We just needed to win the league to make me life complete.
I must admit until this year, I thought that I was cursed. My dad's seen 13 titles, but this will be my first. We came really close a few times, but we never reached the top. Until our prayers were answered in the form of Jurgen Klopp.
And so now, after 30 years, the title is finally ours. I'm thinking back to 65 and that homecoming with me dad. I'm just so glad I got the chance to share this with my son. At last he's seen us win the league before my days are done. And as my grandson comes of age, we'll teach him the Liverpool way. Respecting Reds who've gone before, whose spirits are with us today. In future years, he'll think back and remember what we've said. These memories last forever, son.
Be proud that you're a Red.
should score for Liverpool. There's no feeling like that feeling. Merciless again. The irrepressible red tide 2020. The year when the title tally becomes 19. Wonderfully at the cop end, just too good.
Inspirational.
The best team in the country over the last 12 months.
The message is from the champions. They will not be moved.
There we go, guys. I don't know if we've answered the question yet as to whether Liverpool will not be moved in 2021. I think it's a bit early, Lee. My sense of the first half, Liverpool have had plenty of it. They've looked creative. We haven't created too many clean-cut chances, but we're a bobble away from having the ball in front of your goal. I'll take that for the first half, and we just need to push on for the first 15 minutes of the second half, keep that intensity up, and hopefully we'll get that one chance.
Yeah, I think Ole would be quite happy with the first half. That's pretty much probably gone according to plan, I guess, in the grand scheme of it all. He certainly, we're not going to have gone there expecting to be, getting loads of possession. That's for sure. But we've kept you to bare minimum chances, and we've sort of looked like ourselves. Just with the right ball through, we could potentially catch you on the counter. We've got the pace there to do that. You're playing quite a high line, and we've had a couple of opportunities there, and we know that at some point one of those will probably come. The question is then whether the likes of Rashford and Martial are consistent enough to put that chance away. Martial's certainly not this season. Rashford's been on a bit more form, but we will see. But I don't think either manager is going to be overly disappointed with to be in at halftime 0-0. Both feeling like they can win the game. I think
absolutely. We quite like facing the Kop in the second half, so that hopefully would provide a little bit of extra impetus from a changes point of view. I don't know. I suppose the only area that I'd have liked to have seen in particular a bit more from is quality of crosses from the wide lads. I think Robbo looked a little jaded at points in the first half, but honestly, he gets through so much work, and I think he had the majority of it. Trent, just for me, hasn't really stepped it up over the last couple of games. We know he's capable of more. The balls in just aren't coming in with the same pace and precision that we've seen previously. But that's not to say that Trent won't come good and fling in one or two in the second half that'll give you guys some trouble. Because, if he can, get to that point where he's within the 18-yard line and he's swinging that ball in hard and fast behind your back two, then Maguire hates going for the near post ball that's behind him. He just, and I understand why that can end up anywhere. I'd like to see a bit of that. So maybe a little more of Trent getting forward and just slamming that ball in. But we will see. Time will tell. Yeah,
it's good. I think you're right. I think this could just be one, who's going to take that one chance. And somebody could be walking away here with a 1-0 win. And I think probably it's Liverpool who need that more at the moment.
I would agree.
I think, a United fan would say, well, if we came away from this game now at halftime, we said if we lost this game 1-0, it'd be gutting. But at the same time, it wouldn't have been unexpected, perhaps. That's for sure. We've not shown enough. I don't really feel our big players have actually, kind of turned up here. Whereas I think you've had a number of players that have controlled the game well, and Mane and Salah have certainly been, running between those lines well down the channels and, creating those opportunities. They've been linking up the play pretty well. What's been lacking? Well, actually, what's lacking for both sides is a number 9 that's kind of in there and around the box, isn't it? It's a weird one, but you've not really had that for a number of years now. Yet have still scored a ridiculous number of goals, and we're still playing with these what I call Thierry Henry esque players. These, the kind of
Players
they
who
don't
wear
really
their
want.
socks above the knee.
Yeah, they don't really want to. Yeah, they don't really want to be classed as a number 9, but they all pretend that's what they want to do. They're a goal scorer, but really they're much happier playing
Absolutely.
out wide and coming in. Yeah,
I tell you who we're really missing at the moment is Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota. He'd scored just a bunch of goals in his first few games for us. He had that bad injury. Hopefully we'll see him back at some point in January. But he was providing that cutting edge that, the other lads up front weren't able to do in a little bit of a barren spell, and we're really missing him.
Yeah, just in the half-time there, they've just re-shown that little ball over the top from Thiago just as the referee blew the half-time
There was
whistle.
5 seconds to go. 5 seconds
There was
to go.
and it looks like Klopp gave a little well done ref applause on the touchline as he ran down.
Why did he blow it? It's like Mane's in goal. Onside.
Well, I
clearly.
thought I always thought it was a minimum of. Is that not it? So
it might.
But I suppose you can have an argument.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Look,
it does seem a little bit
fine
strange,
lines, right? Fine lines, but why the hell would you blow it with 5 seconds to go when Liverpool, arguably, granted he had a lot of work to do, and we're gone. Yeah. Okay, Lee, we seem fairly well aligned there. So Liverpool attacking the Kop in the second half. Ball goes long. United pick it up. Liverpool back in possession here.
Which is pretty
much
much
dink over the top, and that will be meat and potatoes for young De Gea. That's easy.
You're not going to do anything there in the slightest. Well, we've got to look to try and move the ball a little bit quicker. Again, we just sloppily give the ball away, trying to play a ball that's not really on.
Nice play by Trent.
And then one ball forward, and again, Mane just literally steps off the defender, and that's what was happening all the first half. It's not even a perfect ball forward. It's just a ball forward into the space, and either Mane or Salah are just coming off the defender and able to then bring other players into play.
We'll lose it cheaply there from a throw-in.
You've got to be happy all day long if Pogba's picking the ball up
Bobby running at your defense
on the touchline in his own halfway in his own half and trying to make play moving forward. And you can see Pogba's getting more and more frustrated.
Comes out right. So Mo, now we've got an overlapping Trent. Come on, Trent.
We do have the players back, but it's Martial marking Salah there. That would concern me. Again, just looped forward, and it should be absolute straightforward for Lindelof and Maguire to be winning those.
When Ole took the first draw off of Liverpool last season, when I think we'd gone like 8 or 9 games, won, United took the first points from us. It was largely because, as we're attacking here, and Shaq, here we go.
On wide.
Come on, Mo. Trent just isn't attacking it. All right, this looks dangerous. Shaq's pinged it through. Mo's in.
Who's that off?
Oh, is that a handball?
They've not even shouted for that, so I don't think it is.
I don't think it was. I'm going to shout for everything, Lee.
Well,
I'm going to shout for everything.
It's kind of I say it might. This possibly to anyone that's watching looks like it's two football fans that don't seem overly bothered about the game. It's kind of how the game's. It feels like how the game's been a little bit, isn't it? It's not. There's not been a huge amount to get you on the edge of your seat at the moment with it.
Well, right now, what's getting me off the edge of my seat is the fact that it's goalless, and we've had a lot of the ball, a lot of pressure, nothing to show for it, and that makes me nervous.
Again, when we're pressing here, it's Fernandes. He's the furthest forward player.
Oh, hello.
Again, all over the top.
In here.
Oh, well defended.
Don't foul him. Come on, he's bought that. That's never a free.
He's going to give a foul there.
That's never a free, Lee. Maguire is slowing down as he's going for the ball. It's outrageous.
His trouble is once he's got in front of Salah, then it's just what gets given. It's what gets given. It's whether you agree with it or disagree with it.
It's just horrible.
And there's Cavani warming up. Excellent. Very much would like to see him get a decent run out here.
It's over the top.
It's just a lofted through ball. But we've now
He's
gone
picked it
wide.
up,
This
though.
is more like it. Fernandez playing wide at the moment. Into Martial. It's a good knock back.
Now
but
here's
again,
the counter. Hendo with the long ball. Come on, Sadio. Get on that, lad. Oh,
he's got it through.
right, Mo. Come on, you can do this.
This is
So
now
the
the players on the
players-
edge of the box. There we go. See the players. So Shaqiri and Wijnaldum both filled the box then quite quickly, and Thiago's left it to keep the ball moving.
Red ball again.
Just not quite neat. And we give it, say again, cheaply giving the ball back to you.
Oh, it's a nice bit of play. Come on, Sadio, dink it in.
Shaqiri is the player that's filling the box. But the ball's not coming in.
Here we are. That's a beautiful reverse. Mane's in. Ah. Just couldn't get his foot around it, Lee.
Well played by McTominay.
I tell you what, you're looking a bit stressed out there at the moment in defence. He's going to come back. You got... Right, Thiago, can he find a ball?
That's well defended. That's well defended. But the trouble is, though, that's well defended on a knife edge. I mean, you get those wrong. Yeah.
I think we've had a little more sort of cut through there.
He gave him a little. Oh no, he's not. Again, they're the ones though. Say you get that wrong, and you're clipping the player's ankles, and that's in all sorts of bother. Right, we've got to get out now.
Yeah, I don't fancy your chances of holding this for another 45 minutes like this, Lee.
Oh, we are properly camped in here, aren't we, at the moment? There we go, though. Oh, he's just caught him, has he? I thought he took the ball first, but actually now he's caught him. Or is he giving it for the...
Offside.
Is he giving the offside, is he?
Nosy P is in the chat. Lee, the lovely Wayne
Excellent.
Parker. My bet is up under 2.5 goals. He's already cashed out. You've already cashed out, Nosy. What are you expecting to see in the second half, my friend?
Oh, it was Liverpool offside. Wow, okay.
Right, here we go. Come on, lads. Oh, that's
Right,
loose.
Here we go. Look left. Left.
You're going nowhere. Oh, bollocks. Nah,
Oh, you're not going to beat
long.
him.
Thank you very
you're
much.
not going to beat him.
Go on, Trent.
Well, I love that though. Okay, but he's not going to.
That was
That's the wrong
dangerous.
player. Anybody else, if that's a Martial or a Rashford, then I'm much happier. But Fernandez trying to drop the shoulder and beat Trent, it's not going to happen.
Okay,
Don't lose it though.
Come on, Fab.
Don't lose it.
Man on.
Got to commit the foul
Beautiful bit of play. Unlucky. Well done, Mo. Still in?
there. Yeah, surely it is.
Play
He's
on.
given the free kick. He's given the free. I said you had to, that. As I said, that was the foul. You've commit the foul then early on in the play. That's more like it. Come on then. Now let's break. Ball's on. It's on. Go on then. Now go at him. Go on.
Played.
Take the corner.
Tackle
Well
foul.
defended. Yeah, he positionally was spot on there, wasn't he? I thought Martial was going to come back in on his right foot and do one of those kind of
Fucking- you
whipping it
see,
into the corner.
This is what happens when you have two
He's
bloody
playing.
midfielders at centre back. I mean, we're just drawn so far wide there. We're lucky to get away with that.
I've just heard Gary Neville say this game is there for the taking.
Oh, Gary.
Probably for either side, I think. It's. Come on, let's attack this corner now. Oh, it's a
Come on, Reds.
shocking
Go,
corner.
go, go.
You're on. He's grabbed him.
Go on. Look at Mo go. He's got it.
Oh, just overran it. Trouble is, Maguire actually did pull a player back early on in that, and we're on again though. If he switches it,
He's given up. He's given up on it. That was a wild ball. In that it's sort of slowed the move down. Still
put it through.
No.
Oh,
Played. Reds. Come on, guys. Yeah, it is getting a bit stretched, Nolly, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
it is,
you know, you take your chances. At least if we see you guys pouring forward, it's going to create chances for us up the other end. So
it's feeling more like a basketball game, isn't it? It's like, right, we'll have a go down the one end, then you can have a go.
Come on, Shaq. Shaq hasn't had a lot of game time at all, really, in the last 12 months.
I was surprised, to be honest. I was surprised he actually was still with the club this season. I thought he might have been that he'd moved on with the youngsters coming through, but
he's a Liverpool
quality player when he wants to be. Yeah, when he wants to be, absolutely.
Here we go. Here's his chance.
Oh, again, we're letting him.
He's covered the ground there. Right, go on, Mo. You've got the space on the outside. Come on, ping it, Bobby.
No, don't let him go out wide. They're the ones that you go, that's safe to the keeper, isn't it? Surely that's safe to the keeper.
It's
and then you find against someone sticks a leg out and it's popping into the front post.
It's just another example of Trent not just getting that power behind the ball. I mean, he's so powerful, you know, when he really connects.
There we go. That's more like it. Playing through, getting out wide. I'll do. I like that. Now there's no one for him. Look, he's got nothing. No support. Where's Pogba?
So I'm just thinking of the gap
playing
he's created behind him, Lee.
Mm.
I'm just picturing that gap and Sadio Mane running into it in about 45 seconds' time.
If we've not stuck it in the back of the net.
Yeah, well.
I can but hope.
I'm definitely not thinking of that.
Can but hope.
Oh, looks like you're looking to fill in that gap, Lee. That's what you're looking to do here. You're coyly just pulling the ball back to Wan-Bissaka. You pushed him back to his own half again.
Maguire plays a ball back to say that's where you need to be. Yeah,
It's exactly that's the Michael Carrick School of Football. Get back there, lad.
Yeah,
get back there. Stay there.
Trouble is look, all we're doing here now. You're pressing, and we can't seem to play through the press, which means there we go. Wan-Bissaka's done it again. There's nothing wrong with that. He's dropped the shoulder and gone past the player twice now. And each time he's done it, you're going, right, okay, now we've broken that press. Let's look what's on. And there's nothing there for him. So he plays just then a loose ball and possession back with you. But I guess as long as we're not, we're not conceding many chances, then we're comfortable with this at the moment. But I think as Gary Neville pointed out in commentary, this game's there for the taking, really, if a team's prepared to go for it. And those ones then always have this kind of that 18-1 0-0 shot about them, don't they? That's the case. Again, just it's not.
Come on, keep it in, Robbo. Red ball, surely.
Ooh. Don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think it came back off Robertson. I mean, what have you got off the bench here, Des? We're nearly 60 minutes in now.
I don't know that we've
like to see anybody there. I can see Oxlade-Chamberlain warming up.
Yeah, I don't know that we have too much to offer at the moment. Ox is probably your bet, maybe for Bobby, and we switch it around a bit. Maybe Shaq goes a little further forward. Ox is capable of shooting from outside. He's a direct player. I quite like his style, but again, somebody who is recently back from long-term injury. But that might be the move that you'd take at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cavani come on some point soon, and obviously we've got Mason Greenwood there as well, which I would be convinced we'll get a run out at some point if it stays like this.
Yeah, I'd almost prefer to see Cavani as opposed to Greenwood. Greenwood, again, more direct, more capable of running sort of at us over the top. And that's obviously your opportunities more likely to come from an over-the-top ball, I'd have thought. Guys, if there's any of you out there watching that would like to give us a call and say what you're thinking, we'd be happy to discuss it. 07795 261 003. Give us a call. So it's popped to a red here in the middle. It's gone out to Trent. Come on, Trent.
And there's space
Swings
on
it
the
wide
left.
to
You can
Robbo.
see,
Here
yeah,
we
there
go.
it is. That was the ball. You could see that on.
And it flicks in hard. And yes!
Oh!
Shit. Well played, Maguire. He's got something on that. That was a phenomenal ball. You see, just the ball in behind them at pace.
That's the one. That's the one.
And I think you've earned the goal kick.
It was
there,
it was the ball. I mean, the ball was on to.
Oh, is that a corner?
Oh, I tell you, so he's missed it. Actually,
Firmino's
got on it, hasn't he? But then he's then blocked it off. It was but you could see the ball on out to Robertson.
Great ball.
I just called it before it got played because you could see the space. Looks like Ole's having a chat with Matic there as well, but whether that means Matic is coming on, but certainly looks like Cavani is. That's for sure.
Oh, little dink chip. Nice play, Ali. Great ball. Man on Shaq. Over the top. Sweet.
Again, we're allowing you to bring the ball down and not pressing hard enough. And whereas you're playing with you're back to the goal when building up in play, whereas we're just looking straight over the top. We're not. We've not got anyone that's actually holding out, which is why I think Cavani will be good because it actually can try and bring some players into play a little bit more. At the moment, our attacking players are just are all sort of looking one way.
Nice play, Thiago. We retain possession.
Got to keep chasing that though. You can't just let them.
Oh, it's over the top.
Nice ball.
Go on, pressure him. Corner.
It's going to give that. It's going to give a free kick. Always going to give the free kick there.
I don't know why big.
And it is excellent. So it's Martial who's going to be coming off, and Cavani on.
So what do you think he's going to give you, Lee? Where is he going to provide danger?
He will hold up the play a lot better, bring players into play. So actually, what we're doing, all we've been doing so far is when we have got possession, we've been looking at the long ball, and basically just giving the ball straight back to you guys.
So it's just
bouncing.
It's bouncing back.
Hopefully, Cavani can do that. Obviously his positional play and running, he will stretch the defenders as well because he's got the ability.
What age is he now? He's about 43. Is that right? 43, 44?
Not quite. Just young springster at 33. So plenty of years. Well, as Ole said.
Oh yes. Here we go.
You get the ball back.
Here we go.
Here now.
Man on, Bobby. Sweet. Yes.
Oh, how's that fallen? Oh,
for fuck's sake!
It's off the defender. We got away with one there.
Oh, when Mo had that, I thought that's in. Brilliant play by Firmino.
Why is he not hit? Yeah, well, he's taken an extra touch there, and then he's. Oh, I'll tell you what. I mean, it could have gone anywhere, couldn't it? There, once he's got it through. Did it even? It's not.
Well, he's got to have swept it. It wouldn't have got much of a touch, but
he's. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if anything, but anyway.
Sweet.
It's a great corner. That's a great corner.
Is that another one? Yeah, it's a corner.
You want anything? Well defended.
Lee,
as well.
I'll take anything.
It's well defended from McTominay, but that's a great corner whipped in there. I must admit, that's in the right space there. But he's very well defended. That very well defended.
It's going to make you nervous as a goalie to see like about 43 players in your penalty box. It's like right in your 6-yard box. Right, here it comes again. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Unlucky. Caught
well
near
defended
post.
Again.
Right, where does it
McTominay
go
again.
Coming over the top.
Again,
look at the space from Mo. Look at the space.
Look at the space.
And it comes with a Hindo sweep.
Right, now no.
Go on, lad.
No, that's awful clearance. Right, now we're away.
I might be a bit ambitious to say you're away there, Lee.
Oh, but we should have been.
Now you might be away.
We are.
Oh,
we are.
Oh, well blocked, lad. Well blocked.
Very well blocked. Because if he'd got through there, Fernandes knows that. If he'd got that ball through to Rashford was clear into space. He knows it.
63 minutes gone. Something's got to give. Something has got to give, Lee. Darren Fletcher back with United. He had a great career, I have to say. He
was back coaching the. He was coaching the youngsters for a little while. I think the might be the under-16s.
He had
And
colitis or something, right? It cut his playing career maybe short.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
I mean, he was out for a whole year or something and came back, played for West Brom for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, a great player.
Yeah, really great stalwart for United. But yeah, it was,
come on,
coaching
ref.
the youngsters.
Come on,
coaching
ref.
the youngsters, and is now in with the first team, which is I think is excellent. I've got to give that, hasn't he? He's not giving it. Oh wow. Okay, we'll take that.
Hasn't given anything.
Oh, it moved. That moved.
It did move.
Definitely moved.
I'd like to take the ref outside and move him around a bit.
Would you really?
Well, I don't know what.
Do you not think he's having a good game? I don't think he's done a huge amount.
No, I don't. I think he's been generous to the big centre backs, and you can push one of our midfielders over, and he won't give us anything. Maybe I've got red tinted glasses here, Lee. But
I think that is a little bit, to be honest. Here we go.
It's the pressure. The pressure's beginning to build now.
All right, now come on. It's we're just
slow.
It's just slow. Oh, he's got it through, is he? Oh, well done, Allison. No, but he's not. Oh, he's going to have a free kick for sure. Hack down. Yeah, he's going to get booked for that, isn't he? I think. Yep. Isn't it interesting already? Cavani coming on just makes it a little bit different for us. You just got that player that's just just gives a little bit more build up and structure. Oh, he's just
barely touched him, Lee. Barely touched him. What? I'd like to see a VAR on that, please.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get one, but
if this goes in, we'll want a VAR on that.
It's a bit far out to be going in, I think.
Yeah, well, it should be.
I do wonder about shooting it, but this is more Rashford's.
What with a bit of dip, a bit of Ronaldo
distance with
dip.
with that little bit of he's lining
but
it
the thing
up.
is, he hits it
might be Rashford.
Four times.
He hit a worldie couple of years. Yeah, he's not. It doesn't happen very often. I'm trying to think which game it was where he hit an absolute worldie free kick. He does that thing that Ronaldo does, where he seems to get the get it moving, but it's
right on the valve.
Yeah, they're few and far between.
And then Bruno's just absolutely he's just poxed the move by moving the ball. Does that mean is Bruno going to have a crack at this?
No, this has got to
I think Bruno's lining up for this, to be honest. It's a long way out.
Oh, straight into the wall. Wall did its job.
That
must have hurt. That's going to have hurt. Come on then, whip it in there. There we go. Dump it in the far post. Win that header. Oh, that's nicely left.
No pen,
He's
lads.
got
No
too many players and no support.
Well played, Sadio.
Oh, yeah. He had to go for that, didn't he? And in fact, luckily, Wan-Bissaka stepped back because otherwise he did fly into that a little bit, but nowhere near the player in the end. I should do this commentating, Lark.
I'll tell you what, the real advantage to doing a live stream, and I haven't realised this, is that you don't have to listen to Gary Neville. Magnificent.
Well, it's true. Yeah. That is very true.
Here we go. Come on, lads. Charge. Oh, Shaq gets a nice little touch in it. Unfortunate there. You might over-engineer it here in defence, Lee.
No, that was nicely played.
Yeah,
that was nicely played. That does worry me though, because I don't, you think, I'm never convinced that United's defence. Oh, you had time there, Cavani, to actually bring that down.
Right, you can attack our player there. Just had a crack at him. Oh, Hendo, Jesus, wept. Nice play in the end, but
that's nicely done.
Gives me heart attack.
Both defences. Well, this is what I mean. Is both defences
well.
have played it out quite nicely.
Played well,
but it is kind of like it does. You do kind of go one slip and
sweeping wide again. If Trent can get, if he can just get by Shaw here or whoever the hell he's facing, Fernandes, is it?
It's Fernandes there, yeah.
It goes out to Robbo.
We had a few minutes of play, but we're now back to what it was again, where
it's a chess game.
We're lined up and you're trying to pass the ball around to break us down.
Well, we can have a little breather here because it has been hard work up to this.
There we go. Now we've won it.
Yeah, you're just setting up our next attack, though. You're just setting up our next attack. Go on, have a crack.
Because got to break that down.
Right, come on. There's a gap there. I could fit my bloody Volvo through.
You got a Volvo?
No, mate. It's going back a
No,
while.
I didn't think so.
It's going back a while. It was a big car. Very safe.
That's nice. That's nice. The trouble is with that last attack, which you then got the ball back. If you look at it, it was both Rashford and Fernandes were just running. They were just running into the channels. And if the ball's not right over the top, all we do is we give it straight back to you.
Aye.
Oh, that was a bit tasty, wasn't it?
Well, I tell you what, Trent gave away a ball cheaply there. We're quite lucky to just get away with a free kick here.
Yeah, we did. We still had possession though, but the ref blew up. I know it looked like we might have lost it, but actually the ball did still fall to a United player. But Jurgen's not happy about that,
No,
is
he's
he?
getting a bit agitated on the side, isn't he?
Yeah. But he's not one for mind games, though, is he? So that's okay.
I really don't think he is. I really don't. I don't think that's his thing at all.
So it looks like we were lining him up back at the back stick there. So it should get swung in. And we play it front.
Yeah, it's unlucky. I mean,
Southampton,
Southampton undone us with a move like that a couple of weeks back or a week ago. So I get where the idea might have come from, but the
that was nearly very nice from Rashford there. Little flick, but didn't quite come off. But say Fernandes just hasn't really been massively in the game. And we're just doing that lofted ball. It's going to give away a corner, though.
Really?
We'll take that. We'll take a corner. I mean, how many times, Des, have you watched a game of football where somebody gives away a soft corner, not paying attention, and then it costs them a lot more than that?
Well, we got to look on the bright side. When we played you back in whenever it was 2019, you had a corner. We got the ball through Ali, and within 10 or 11 seconds, it was in your net.
Scored from it. Yeah.
So sometimes I look at these things and think, well, this could be the start of Liverpool's next.
Was that the Salah goal? Was that Salah goal?
It was the Salah goal. It was
for 2-0. For 2-0, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful goal.
Yeah, but I mean, we were pushing for an equaliser at
absolutely.
that point. You know.
Oh,
completely. Oh,
right, come on, Ali. Here we go. Charge. Don't cut back. Come on, lads. Go on, Sadio. Beautiful. Here we go.
Now you've got to get over. McTominay's there. You've got to get over.
Oh, you stopped the run, Bobby.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
I think you could have kept that going.
Mane didn't look as decisive there.
I thought he played a decent ball. I thought Bobby he just sort of countered his run. He just stopped for a second. And unfortunately, they weren't on the same wavelength there. But you see how quickly we can turn into attack mode, which is, to be honest, is a feature of the
Chelsea team as well. Fred jumped in there. Fred would have been better off. Maybe he felt that he needed to. But
hello.
That's nice. That's nice.
An ambitious shot attempt.
Yeah, if that had fell for him, that would have been a proper fluke. Great little flick though in the first place to create the space, but. Wan-Bissaka's done that now a few times, where he's just dropped the shoulder and then gone down the touchline. You'd have thought Mane would have switched on to it by now.
Are we warming anybody up?
Ole's playing a quick game of hide and seek. This second half started with a bit more kind of gusto, and you thought there's going to be something on here, but it seems to be petering out to now both sides are going to be nervous about wanting to.
He's got to mix it up a bit now. I'd like to see Ox or Minamino. I mean, we just need to. I'd go for Ox. We just need a bit more direct running. A few more shots. We're just allowing this to. I mean, we're not allowing it to Peter. Clearly, the work ethic is huge, but we just need to try something a little bit different now. I think. Last 15, 20.
Yeah, I think I just heard in commentary Gary Neville making a point, saying it's as if United don't believe, that it's here for the taking.
I think it's easy to get, for Gary Neville to say that from the gantry.
Of course,
I think
yeah, completely agree.
a point is here for the taking. I think it's a little ambitious to think the win is here at the moment. It's not to say it can't happen. Of course it can happen, but it's not a fair reflection of where we are in the game right now.
Oh no, I wouldn't say it's I wouldn't say if you take the last nearly 74 minutes. I completely agree, but I don't think Liverpool have necessarily done enough to win it in those 74 minutes either.
Well, we haven't created the clear-cut chances for sure. So we need that to happen in the next 15 or 20. I think that has got to be the wish. Still feeling reasonably good about it, Lee, I have to say, because the game is stretched, and I think that works for us.
Through the
And
middle.
we might have
That's
something
on,
here.
That's on. That's on.
Was a little bit
That's
creative.
well defended.
It's just keep it simple.
That's nice.
That was good play.
That's what Cavani does.
Yeah, it was good play.
Just doesn't back to goal and can either make it stick or just gets in there and brings others into play nicely. And Martial's just not that type of player at all. That's a great ball. That's a great ball. Come on then. We're there. We're there. Oh,
sorry. Where are you, Lee?
I'll tell you what, that was best. That's the best chance we've created of the game.
You've just started our next attack, Lee. That's all you've done there.
No, I will take that as the best chance of the game so far for United. Definitely. Finally got the ball wide and actually a little bit of play there. Oh, I tell you what, he's just decent chance. It's a decent chance, isn't it? He's got it on target. Good save from Alisson because he had to get down there, didn't he? But there wasn't just enough. I don't think there was quite enough power on the cross for him to just play that. I think he did actually have to strike through the ball a little bit more than he did. Unfortunately, he looked to just try and place it in, but actually, Alisson's too good a goalkeeper for to be beaten like that. You needed to whip a little bit more pace on it, I think, with the shot. But that is by far.
We've got Asa in the chat box. Wonderful save from Alisson. Of course, he's enjoying this. Man City fan. Asa, give us a call. You wanna tell us what you think of the game so far? Give us a call. The number's on the screen.
But that's by far the best chance for United.
Yes,
definitely. That's up there with the Firmino chance, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, we'll make that one each on that front. Into the last 15 minutes, then.
Yeah, 65% of play. Liverpool 15 shots to 6. It's still nothing to show for it.
15 shots, really?
Yeah.
Can't believe 15. It doesn't feel like 15 shots. How many on target?
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Here we go. Go on, Trent. That's the ball.
Back post.
That's what I need to see. More of that. Right? Nothing's come of it, but that's the ball.
And again, Wan-Bissaka is not paying any attention to where Mane is there. If that's a little bit of a better ball in, and Mane's actually attacking it more, Wan-Bissaka's not got a clue where he is.
I'll tell you, that will do Trent's confidence no harm, because that was a decent whipped-in ball. Little too much on it, maybe, but that's what we wanted. Here's the chance.
Don't give Thiago space.
Have a crack, lad. Oh, it's a good save.
Good
Still
save.
In play.
Well, it's opening up a bit here, Des.
No, it's. I mean, it's you can tell somebody it's a scoreless game up to 80 minutes, and they'd question what type of game it was. It has been an interesting game.
Moved a little bit in the air, didn't it? But you'd be disappointed if De Gea wasn't saving that.
De Gea put a little bit.
It's close enough to him.
Jeremy Beadle on that.
Yeah, it would be a shocker if he didn't do that. What's he given there? Is he given the foul?
Red free, I think.
Oh, I'm not going to listen to you complaining about not getting free kicks anymore. Then after that one, another one you can whip in. Trouble is, you've not really got that much height, have you, in the team?
The thing about these balls, though, is that there's a danger. When you whip them in really quickly, I mean, they can bobble. They can end up anywhere. But we haven't got a tremendous amount of height. In saying that, Firmino's capable of headed goal, and Mane, despite his height, is brilliant in the air.
Well, the first City goal we conceded that John Stones scored in the cup the other week was a perfect example of whereby you didn't need any height to do that.
No.
We allowed the ball to go right across the
Well, there's the bobble, Lee.
across
And
the
the ball
goal.
has been recirculated. It's gone out to the far side of the field again. Robbo. Having to work it back.
This is what we're doing a little bit better now. We're now pushing you back a little bit and not allowing you to get it forward as easy.
Creates a bit of space if.
Yeah, but we've got to do that. Otherwise, again, the ball out wide is just on, isn't it?
Go on, let it in,
It's
son.
on.
Go on, Jenny. Yes! No.
What? Sorry, what? Really? Has it got so bad you're cheering for a goal kick? Really? Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Oh, he's shanked that one. Extraordinary. It was spinning. Actually, it nearly did spin out for a throw, didn't it? It wasn't that far off. Trouble is, they're the ones that sometimes you can catch those at the outside of the boot, and they can absolutely fly in, can't they? So
80 minutes gone, guys.
He's a player. There's Mason Greenwood going back out to warm up again, or could actually be.
Oh, here we. Oh, you were lucky there.
Got that. Yeah.
He did well too.
That's a couple of times. Fred's gone to ground now, but he's looking. It's trying to rally up the team a little bit. I think he's just like, come on, guys, we can do this.
I think we're going to win this, Lee.
You've been saying that for 80 minutes, though. So, well, actually longer than that because you've been saying that before the game.
I'm telling you, Lee, I think it's coming. I can sense it in my water.
You still think this is going to be 3-1?
I'm thinking closer to 1-0 now.
Yeah. Well, even I thought there would be a couple of goals in this, but we've
2-1. I think was the most popular scoreline that I'd seen around. Yeah. Reasonable prediction. Not to be, I don't think. Here we go.
Yeah,
look
at the
Trent.
space. Look at the space.
Go. It's coming, Lee. It's coming. Can you sense it? Can you sense it?
You.
Oh.
Oh, well done. He's done well there because he actually got the block in the first place and then stopped it going from a corner. But again, look, how are we giving you this space here? Got to just pick your players up.
Come on, Kurt.
This is trouble is we've got feels like everyone back behind the ball here. Oh, and still you find a little ball through.
Yeah, Curtis Jones brought a little bit of extra energy there as well, Lee. Beautiful ball.
Great block. Are we on? We are on.
Oh, it's got to be a free, right?
We are on.
No. Played Fabinho. Played Fabinho.
Yeah, well defended. Well defended. Well defended. Thing is, Cavani made the right run, and it gave one or two things. Either they gave an option for Rashford to make the pass or Rashford to go into that space, but actually Fabinho read that really, really well. Really, but Lindelof, the block from Lindelof in the last move when Trent put that ball across, incredible. Nobody there. There's the difference. You'd have played that ball across the pitch, and Robertson would have been there for it. It's this block here, which we're just going to see
great block.
Yeah,
full stretch.
Great stretch, and stretching back the other way, you can do yourself a proper injury there. And he's got again. Pogba's not busting a gut to get in there. Just stands there. Didn't really give him much of an option.
Oh, hello.
We're on again.
No!
Oh, what a save! What a save! That was the game. Oh, but it's got lucky to get to him. What a save.
Allison.
Yeah, brilliant.
Himself big. Look at that.
But to be honest, he's hit it straight at the keeper. I mean, anywhere else with the power that he got behind that, and it's going in the back of the net, isn't it?
We're going to win this, Lee.
How is he?
Come on, the Reds.
Done that? Goodness me. Come on, United.
Right, this is the start of our next attack. Oh, shit. Alisson's on his line.
We're in this.
Oh,
How has that not gone in? Either, mind you, I think he might have been offside if it had been allowed to play. But
it's been stopped.
it's stopped for something, isn't it? I think it was off. I think it must have been offside from the header going back across. It looked it to start with because I mean it's
What's he doing?
miles offside. Difficult though because they're the ones where you want to get out, but at the same time you want to be loitering in the box for if anything does come back across. So, but yeah, he was comfortably offside there. But Alisson didn't know that, did he? So
right, here comes your Divock Origi forever moment, because if Divock does the magic thing here, you will see it forever. Okay, come on, Div.
Oh dear,
this might be your last big contribution to the cause. Let's do it, my friend.
Oh. Well played. Well played. That's nice. Come on then. Here we go.
Stop that ball.
What was that? What was that for a cross?
Just drive it, Trent. Drive it.
Are we winning that? That's a good header.
Played Mo. Played Mo.
He's never getting that, is he?
Right, here we go. Oh man, this is so stretched. Man on. Oh, here we go, Lee. Here we go. Go on, Trent. Go on. Jam it.
It's well played. Well headed, clear. Man on. Oh, it's a good... nothing wrong. I don't mind the ball out, but actually it's wrong play. It should be Fernandes to Rashford, not the other way round. Very stretched game here now, Des, isn't it? Very stretched.
What have we got? 5, 6, 7 minutes maybe?
5 plus added, yeah.
I think we're going to win this, Lee.
We've had more shots on target than you.
Detail. That's detail. We've been lulling you into a false sense of security. Right, come on, Trent. Just sweep it. Sweep it.
Right, now we're on.
I nearly pulled my hamstring on that.
He's got no one. He's got nobody there. Don't lose it. Just don't lose it.
No, he's going to lose it.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
I did that last bit of motion there, Lee. I nearly pulled a hamstring.
Can you pull a hamstring in the office yet?
I think you can.
Go on then. Go on,
Go on, Hendo.
Oh, Henderson, good strength.
Yeah, that's a
good strength.
Kick. Oh, what?
Really? I think it bounced off the flag for a corner. I know for a throw in the end. I think. I think it came off the corner flag for a throw. It certainly wasn't there because it was right in the corner. But it looks like Greenwood's coming on. Tricky to know who for. You kind of guess possibly Rashford. But then again, it could be Pogba. I don't want to let you guys get away from there. Don't lose it though. Don't lose it there. Got to win that. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Don't want to tempt fate, but Shaw's really not done a huge amount wrong today.
That sounds like you've tempted fate there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I'm with you. I don't believe you're tempting fate.
Yeah, he's going to give the free kick there. Brilliant. Nice run from Shaw there. Don't quite know why he's playing over on the right-hand side there. Well, actually, he won the ball through from Salah. Played it early.
Played. We just can't score goals, Lee. Just can't
United
score
change.
Goals. Can't buy a goal.
United change. I know. Actually, no, he's holding off because I think McTominay went down injured. So I think he's just going to hold. They're going to hold off the substitution for a minute.
Cannot buy a goal, Lee.
I mean, so we're 88 minutes in here. There's 0-0. I mean, are you happy with the 0-0?
No, I'm not.
Considering the way the game's played.
I think look. The games aren't won or lost by possession. We absolutely know that. So if it finishes 0-0, then 0-0 is the result. And to be honest, you had a really good chance through Bruno. We've had a couple of bites as well. So be it. I still fancy us in the longer run, but it's disappointing. We just can't buy a goal at the moment. That is my single biggest worry.
Well, you brought James Milner on with a couple of minutes to go when Alden's gone off, and Fernandez is really angry about something.
I'm not surprised. He's played brilliantly.
I think he's going to get substituted actually for Greenwood by the looks of it.
He's a classic.
He's a
classic
really
shithouse player. He's just in the middle of everything. He's riling people up. I'm happy to see him go for the last couple of minutes. To be honest,
he wasn't happy with something with Wijnaldum. I don't know whether it was Wijnaldum that made the tackle on McTominay. They've not shown it back, so I don't know whether that was why McTominay was down. Not 100% sure why.
Well, here we go, Lee. Big finish, right? Last 2, 3, 4 minutes.
So I would imagine Greenwood will go out on the right, and Pogba will play that kind of Fernandez role just behind Cavani for the last few minutes.
I have to say, I mean, it'll be a little relief to protect the unbeaten run at Anfield coming out of the game, particularly with Hendo and Fabinho at centre back against your very pacey attack. So we just have to take the positives at the moment because we're not clicking, as we have done. I think we remain hopeful that will come back, but nothing's guaranteed, right? So we drop a couple of points here. Will you drop a couple of points as well? Could we go to Old Trafford and beat you? Yeah, I think so. So let's wait and see. And of course, Lee, we're gonna have to do this all again in a week's time.
Yeah, we are doing this all again in a week's time in the cup, aren't we? So
a different sort of game, I think.
I will imagine. I'm assuming both sides will rest a few players. Maybe not. But I would imagine so.
Takes precedence for us certainly.
As much as I think we'd love to win a trophy, and I'm sure Ole would love to win a trophy. 3 minutes of added time. I think Champions League is, qualifying for that again for another year is far more important because that's what creates the progression for you to
and the cash,
finalise the
money.
squad. He's got round the back. He's got round the back.
Come on, big div. Okay, that'll do.
Don't let him do
attack
that.
Attack it, Div. Attack it. Get in the pen. Oh, he's nicked one in. That'll be a corner.
I think it's a throw.
Has it gone for a throw?
Yeah, I think that's looking at. I would suggest that's gone for a throw, but maybe not.
No, guys are lining up in the middle.
Out there, looks like we're lining up for a corner. Yeah.
Here's your big Divock forever moment. Corner taken early.
What's the issue?
Origi!
Ref having a word.
Right, here we go. Come on, Trent. Right, there's the decoy.
Right, now follow it up and away.
He's got nowhere to go, unfortunately, for him. Played Reds.
Could have released one of the runners. It would have been interesting, but...
Come on, Kurt.
Couldn't really do it.
Attack it. Attack it.
What's he given now?
Oh, the ref is
how is he given that? How is he given that to, unless the ball went out of play first? But how is he given that to us when surely we're over the top there? And was it Rashford's away? I don't get that.
Well, I tell you what, Lee, as a final thought, I wish I had a few quid on the nil all.
Well, exactly, yeah.
18
who was
to 1.
It? Who was it on that 18 to 1? Yeah, who was on the 18 to 1?
Roll back, David Collins.
Dave Collins, wasn't it?
That's not our Dave Collins, is it? From Newcastle? I don't know. But
could well be.
18 to 1. Hold, he was saying after 3 minutes of the game. Hold for nil all. I mean, the guy, if he's still alive, he's got money in his pocket. Yeah. Well, we're just going to have to settle for this, Lee. We're going to have to play our way out of the slump if you're a Liverpool fan. We've dropped a lot of points recently, but we remain.
I'm assuming we're going to pretty much, ref's going to blow pretty much straight up here at 93, or maybe not. It might play a little bit extra.
Depends on where the ball is, by all accounts, Lee.
Oh, really?
I suspect he might blow up now.
That's going to be a free kick, surely, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, here we go. No, he's just going to ball in the air. Brazilian style,
This is
what was it,
all wrong.
1974.
He's booked Lord Rashford. You can't do that. That's outrageous.
Okay, just
We're allowed to
jam it
do
up. I
that.
want everybody forward. I want to see Allison forward. I want to
He's
see
a
Sir
national-
Kenny
you can't book-
Dalglish
you
in the
can't-
penalty area. Get everybody up.
You can't book a national treasure. You're not allowed to do
hold
that.
on. Is that John Henry on the edge of the box? Oh, Christ.
Well, that's got to be it, ref. That's got to be it then, ref.
Get the freaking ball in. That's the third time we've done that in about
that'll
3
be it.
matches. Absolutely ludicrous.
That'll be
Loaded
it.
into the penalty area.
You are lucky the ref didn't blow the whistle when actually you played it short, because that really should have been it. That was the phase of play. But I'm not going to complain, Des, about a 0-0.
As it transpires, we're going to have to take it, right?
Yeah, I think that's the way I would look at this. I think we had a couple of chances there. We could have snuck it. 1-0, definitely. Alisson's made a couple of great saves there. One from Fernandes and one from Pogba late on in the game. But I think that was United's game plan. It very much looked that way. We got to sort of 60, 70 minutes. Didn't really give you much of a sniff. And then, a couple of changes and managed to give ourselves a couple of opportunities. I don't think either side are going to be too unhappy about a 0-0. Obviously, the teams around us, both clubs, will love the fact that actually it was a draw, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's given City a big opportunity. I mean, they've got a game in hand, and they're not that far behind. City will go top on the back of this, I'm sure. There's a lot of play left in the season, of course. So no panic buttons being pushed at the moment. I think for Liverpool, the challenge is that we just can't seem to buy a goal at the moment. And we scored a lot of goals earlier on in the season. We just can't buy one now. We're dropping points on the back of it. And, it's all right to have 65% of the ball or whatever. But frankly, those won't give you points on those stats won't give you points on the board. So a little bit frustrating. And we have to go to Spurs in a week's time as well. So could be an interesting January yet.
Are you playing Thursday night?
Yeah, I can't recall. Are we playing? Maybe it's West Ham. I can't.
Yeah, I think we both. So obviously, as we just mentioned, we've got a back-to-back games. Obviously, we've got the cup game next Sunday at 5:30. I think it is, if I remember rightly. But I certainly know that you've
Burnley.
We're playing midweek, and so you and I have a feeling you're playing on the Thursday, because I think I looked and saw that you had a day less.
Thursday night. We're at home to Burnley.
Home to Burnley, and we're away to Fulham on the Wednesday night. So I'd imagine both sides will probably play a fairly strong side in the league midweek, and then both might well rest and players next Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, Lee. Well, listen, I don't know. There's a tremendous amount more we can add. So I will thank you for joining me. It was really, really interesting to get the.
Thanks for having me. Really enjoyed it, Des. Really enjoyed it.
Fabulous. We both live to fight another day. I think maybe that's the way we call this one. For any of you guys who are still watching, thanks for joining. Thanks for adding all of your comments in the chat box. It was fun reading through them as we went. And until the next game, we will see you. Yeah, have a great rest of your Sunday.